Spring break is over. Did y'all get a lot of sleep? Oh, well, next spring break or winter break, summer. Okay, so we kind of started circles before the break, and now we got to really get into circles. I am still on the lookout for this Chromebook, so hopefully if you are borrowing it, you can unborrow that real quick because I need that back for reals, okay? So let's do this warm up. It should be pretty straightforward because we did area and circumference before the break, okay? Headphones, please, in the back. Headphones, please. Appreciate it. Now, area, off to the left here, we got the formulas. We have pi r squared for area. We got 2 pi r for circumference. Those are things that were part of what we did before the break. So here we go. What is the radius of this circle? Radius is halfway from the center. So yeah, the radius is 3. So we can definitely plug in 3 into these two formulas. So for area of a circle, pi r squared is going to be pi 3 squared. And headphones, please. Now, do y'all know where the pi button is on your calculator? Because hopefully you know that pi is what? What number is pi? What does it equal? 3.14, and it keeps going forever. It's an irrational number. By the way, 4 days ago was actually Pi Day. Anybody celebrate Pi Day? Y'all get it? Like 3:14, ha ha ha, 3.14, ha ha ha. Okay, it's a math day, you know. Some people like to eat pie on Pi Day. It's kind of a thing. But it wasn't a school day, so I didn't get to like bring out all the pie I wanted to, you know. All I have. Well, I did bring out brownies. Literally not lying. Brownies for all y'all. Y'all aren't ready for that joke. What? Red E or these brown E's? Sorry, plural. Brownies. I thought it was pretty good. Thank you. I'll get enough applause from late students. All right. Here we go. But for realsies, pi is 314, right? So, and by the way, we also didn't get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day or whatever, as if quote unquote celebrate. Okay. I know. I can wear green any day, right? But technically, St. Patrick's color was blue, but that's for another day. Now, in the back, hey, headphones, thank you. Pi is where on this calculator? Do you see it on the calculator somewhere? Yeah, where? Okay, bottom left, next to the H, there's a pi button. If you click the pi button, it's going to give you other options, so you're going to have to actually click enter to get the pi. Just so you know, that is the best way to use pi. You don't actually have to type out 3.14 anymore. You can just click the pi button. Cool. So anyways, if I'm going to type in pi 3 squared, I'm literally going to type pi and then 3. Okay, sorry, pi 3 squared, and it'll give me my answer. 28.274 makes it round to 28.27. It does not round up. Okay, so 28.27. And since it's area, we have to know this. Everybody, area is measured in square units. So it's going to be inches, little squared 2 on it. Okay, if I can write inches squared. Okay, area, always squared. Now, circumference, if you don't know what circumference means, it's basically the perimeter of a circle going around the edge. So the formula off to the side there is 2 pi r. So could you type in your calculator 2 pi 3, basically? 2 pi r. So if I did that, 2 pi 3 gives me 18.849. The 9 rounds the 4 up, so 18.85 is my circumference. Circumference is just inches, so very important. Circumference, regular units, but area has square units. Now, we're only spending one day on this, so after we finish these, you're gonna work on an assignment, turn it in by tomorrow, we're moving on. You gotta stay on schedule. Right. Here we go. Okay, on your notes, so this is kind of the front side. If you need to know any vocab for the first part of these notes, it's all right here. It's already filled out for you, so we're not going to spend time copying off the board. Okay, it's all here, all the things you need to know. But I'm going to go over it with you on the other side, so you can flip it over. Okay, here's some vocab that's repeated, but the main thing we're going to look at is this image right here, and we're going to put in some answers into this example, number 1 right here. Okay, so let's look at this. Number 1. What is the center of the circle you see in this picture? So the center point has a label on it, and it's K, right? So the center is obviously right here, and you just name it with a capital letter, okay? So K. All right, now on the warm-up, we should already know what a radius is. Please, thank you so much. But if you look up here, a radius is a segment from the center to a point on the circle. Basically, it's halfway across. So in this picture, do you see a segment from the center to the edge? What would those 2 points be? So, say that again. Okay, 2 points from the center to the edge. What are the 2 points that is the center and the edge? Okay. Yeah, so from K to either J, or from K to I, or from K to L. There's more than one radius in this picture. So let's pick one. How about KI? That's a good radius because it's from the center to the edge. So the way you write it, this is very important. You want to put the 2 letters, KI, but since it's a segment, you have to put a segment on top of it. This is like Unit 1 stuff. It's been a while, but we definitely talked about this before. Okay, so again, KI with a segment on top. Now, a chord, look at that little image right above this. Do you see this example of a chord? A chord is a segment that goes from edge to edge, okay? As you can see in that picture, it's not necessarily going through the middle, okay? It's just anywhere in this circle from edge to edge. Now look up at this vocab. A chord is a segment where the endpoints are on the circle. And there's 2 points on the circle. So looking at this picture, what 2 points are on the edge that are connected by a segment? Okay, so I to H is technically, like if you forget about that it keeps going, I to H is a chord, J to L is a chord. Also, J to I is a chord. It goes to the center, but it's still technically called a chord, right? Yeah, you. All right, so we're going to just pick one. I'll pick JL because it's got clear endpoints on it. So JL, but you got to put a segment on top because a chord is a segment. Very important, okay? Now, a diameter, this is something you hopefully already know, but a diameter basically is a chord, but it goes through the center. So look at this picture in red over here. It is a chord, but it definitely includes the center, basically twice a radius. So where's the diameter here on number 1? Okay, J, it goes through K and it lands on I. J to I is a diameter. So when you're naming it, you just need the endpoints, J to I. So go ahead and put JI with a segment on top. Cool. Now, secant. Secant, if you look at this picture, it kind of reminds me of a chord, but what's different about it? Okay, just like a chord, it touches 2 points, but it keeps going. That's the only difference, right? When it keeps going, it has these arrowheads. What do you call that straight thing with arrowheads on it? A line, okay? It is a line instead of just a segment. Instead of a piece of a line, it's a whole line with arrowheads, okay? Very good. So, again, if I'm looking up here at a secant, it's a line that intersects a circle at 2 points, right? So again, the vocab is there at the top. So what line cuts through this circle at 2 points? Not even trying, you're just looking at me. What? IH, okay, yep. So do y'all see this line right here? It has actual arrowheads on it, and it touches it twice, cuts through it twice. Okay, so HI would be the name of that line. Look at this, this is very important. So the only reason why not IJ is because it doesn't like keep going with arrowheads. If you saw something like this, then it would be IJ. But you're looking for arrowheads when you're talking about a secant. So you could call it HI or even GI, as long as you have 2 points on that line somewhere. So let's go with HI. I cannot write today. Let's zoom in. All right, there we go. HI. And since it's a line, we need to put a line on top of it. So it's got to have arrowheads because it is a line. Very important. Okay. Man, I cannot make straight lines today. It's crazy. Okay, well anyways, now tangent. If you look at this picture, do y'all see it's in blue up here? This tangent, pay close attention so you can answer that question. Ready? Yeah. How many times does this line touch this circle? This is a tangent line. It touches this circle at 1 point, okay? Don't forget. So now we're going to look at this picture. Where do you see a line touch this circle at 1 point? So what's the name of this line? I need 2 letters. Okay, you sure? Okay. So again, tangent line touches at 1 point. Tangential, okay? It's got a tangent. So here we go. G with arrowheads. G going through J. It has to have arrowheads if you're going to use the word line. Okay, G through J. Cool. Now, point of tangency, if you look at this little image up here again, point of tangency is where that tangent line touches that circle. So where does that line touch? Well, it touched right there at point J, so it's just capital letter J. That's it, okay? All right, almost halfway done here, but check it out. You got to know how to name some arcs. So make sure you're looking over here. Look. Now, I'm going to go back to the front side real quick to show you right. Okay. Minor and major arcs. Okay. So check it out. A minor arc, basically, how those arcs look like a curvy. They're basically just a piece of the circle. So this minor arc is less than 180 degrees, less than half. Okay, it's the short distance around a circle, right? So check it out. From A to B, the short way is right here. Notice how you write it with A, B, and a little curve on top. Okay. But you could take that same picture and instead of going the short way, what if you went the other way around, the long way? Well, that would give you a major arc. When you do a major arc, instead of naming it with 2 letters, you have to name it with 3 letters. Okay? So again, notice 2 letters for a minor, which is less than half of a circle. 3 letters names a major arc, which is more than half of a circle. Okay? Check out this, before we get to the examples, look at this picture right here. It's basically the same, but if you can't see it on your page because yours is in black and white, but look at mine. In red here, this minor arc goes the shortest distance, A to B. This major arc goes the long way, A to B, passing through Q, down here. So if I'm going to name these, I name a minor arc with 2 letters, so go ahead and write this down. This minor arc is AB with a little arc on it. But same picture, going the other way, the major arc is AQB with an arc on top. Short distance is minor, 2 letters. Long way is 3 letters with an arc on it. That's the major. Okay. With that information, let's try to name a minor arc from this picture. All I need are 2 points on the edge. What are 2 points on the edge? Here. J, L. We can do JL. J to L is a small little arc. So I'm going to put JL, and I'm going to put a little curve, a little arc on top. Okay. Now, let's still go from J to L, but let's go the long way, the other way. When I go the long way from J to L, all I need to do is pick another point that I'm passing through here. So if I go, see how big this arc is? That's a major arc. So what 3 letters? Okay, so you only need 3. You can just skip over one of them. So if I JHL, I can kind of forget the I, that's fine. JHL is my major arc. Do you see how long way, 3 letters, that's how it works? Okay. All right. Now take a wild guess. What does semicircle mean? Literally half, okay? So we know less than half is minor, more than half is major, so exactly half is a semicircle. Okay, it says it right here. Semicircle measures 180. The endpoints are on the diameter. That should kind of make sense. Diameter cuts it in half, so the endpoints are on the diameter because it's half, right? So looking at back to the same picture here, what would exactly half of a circle be connecting what to what? My diameter we said was J to I, right? So my semicircle has to go from J to I, right? Let's go this way. It's gotta, even on a semicircle, you need 3 letters, okay? So it'll be J, L, I. J, L, I. Semicircle connecting the diameter's endpoints, okay? Last 2, central angle and inscribed angle. So I'm going to go, once again, kind of refer to the front side of these notes. So look right here. Okay, now central angle should make a lot of sense because it's central. It's in the center. Y'all see the picture here? Central angle, right in the center. Makes sense. Inscribed angle, though, is right, check it out. Inscribed angle is on the edge. Okay, it's inside the circle on the edge. Now notice, each one of these has 3 letters. A PB, the center, the central. A CB, on the edge. is inscribed. Okay, so that vocab is definitely in your notes. You see it on the front side. So let's go over here. Central angle. So what angle is right there in the center? Well, K is the middle, right? But I need 3 letters. So what 3 letters will connect to make that central angle? So J to K, could be I, but let's try J to K to L. That could make an angle, right? J, K, L, isn't that a central angle? Angle in the center. Cool. So that works. So you have to put an angle sign, JKL. There's more than one central angle here. I could have also done IKL. That's a central angle, right? Any 3 letters that have the center in the center. But what about an inscribed angle? Do you see any angles that are on the edge? Okay, so like I could be on the edge, J could be on the edge, L, right? But I need to make sure I have 3 letters that make that angle. So let's go with J. If I'm going to make J an inscribed angle, I have to use I to K to L. I to J to L. I said that wrong, my bad. If I go IJL, that middle letter is going to be on the edge, and that's what I need. IJL. Inscribed angle on the edge. Okay. Okay, now that's kind of it for the notes. You have the vocab, you've seen us do an example, you should be able to do it. The next 2 problems are kind of like the warm-up. Can you do area and circumference on your own? I hope. But if not, here's a real quick reminder, that way it's on your notes here. Area is pi r squared. Circumference is 2 pi r. What's the radius on number 2? 7, right? It's halfway across, so my radius is 7. So the area is 2 pi r, sorry, the area, my bad, is pi r squared. So pi r squared is pi 7 squared. And you can give me the number, right? Circumference is 2 pi r, so it's what? 2 pi 7. You could give me the answer, right? Again, I know y'all can type stuff in the calculator, so I'm not spending too much time on this. Before you type anything in, okay? I don't want y'all to miss something very kind of basic. Look at number 3. What's the radius of number 3? Is the radius 30 just because it's labeled there? Do you see how on number 3 it gives you the entire length is 30? That's not half of it, right? Sometimes you need to cut it in half to get the radius. Is everyone with me? So 30 is the diameter on number 3. So to get the radius, I'm going to have to do 30 divided by 2, right? Which gives me 15. Okay, so then you could do pi 15 squared. And 2 pi 15, okay? Again, I'm sure you could type that in your calculator and get the answer, so I will let you do that. But I'm going to pass out the assignment. It is 2-sided. The front side, you're going from notation to vocab. On the back, you're doing from vocab to notation. You should be able to do it. This is a one-day thing. We got to move on tomorrow to be on track, stay on track. Make sure you're actually knocking this out today, finish it tonight, bring it tomorrow, we move on tomorrow. Gotta keep the pace up.
Yes, please.
All right, if you got questions, let me know.